They've been conserving their energy in order to will Imperial into a win. And we are off to the races. CT start for 9Z, the desk doubts them. Imperial starting on the attack, and smoke will obscure that window position.
Sorry, what? Okay, well, that was nice from Cello there. The head appears on his screen, and bop, he's gone. So there's the opener. You see, Brazilian representative here for 9Z goes down extremely early. They have all the map control they could hope for. Towards the vent, DGT, he's going to have a glance, but I think he actually wants to get on out. A little leg spotted, so Nose 1 has found that connected control, make it 2. He's doing counting and shooting heads as well.
Hard to find that headshot in an angle like that, but does so well. David, tucked on in. The bomb will be planted connector side. They got full control of this, and David does go swinging through. A quick headshot into Fallen, and now dealt with. Levels up, 3v3. Max trying his luck onto VINI, but a low. It's going to come down to DGT and Max as we see Cello holding on that cross. It's DGT that braves it first, gets across the triple, pressure applied, and it's Max just clicking heads. Only one remains, and they do get through. Time on the clock, and 9Z going to be very happy with that one, just to prove to themselves they're going to be posting rounds on this stage.
Yeah, a beautiful way to kick things off here against the crowd, against a team like Imperial here. And a tidy way to do so. So a couple of nice shots on this retake. David really sets the tone for this. VINI grabs one back short, but it's Max at the top of the ticket, punching exactly that. Takes down Cello and Bolts here, and then Buddha just has to come in and mop things up, has that kick, gets the defuse, and some tidy work there. But that plant means that Imperial get to be threatening going into round number 2. Eagles and a scout, so not the full investment here. They're still going to hold on to enough pennies to get the buyout into the next, but still some traps, some landmines for 9Z to trip on over here. And you're not in a rush if you're Imperial right now. Take your time. Allow yourself to have a bit of a looky-loo, and Fallen's doing exactly that over towards A-ramp with this scout. Scoping forward, looking for David, and, well, flashed off the line for now. Surprised they still have any energy left out there, Alex, I'll be honest.
It's been a long day, and I think some people have been here from day one, game one. And our first day going to be coming to a close shortly. Last few games to get locked on away.
Important VINI, okay, I wondered if that was going to ricochet there off the pillar. Important that VINI stays alive there, right? The name means a lot, right? The fact, okay, yeah, important VINI stays alive for exactly that. You'll take that.
That's madness. Through a wall, through a smoke, into a head. And he only had 3 HP to work with VINI. Magic. An Imperial advantage.
Surprisingly, that sent them back towards A, so expecting the rotation to come through. They don't know that DGT, the man that's been tagged on down to 29, the only one roosting over towards that B site. 40 seconds on the clock, blocked towards A-ramp now. There's some questions.
Very much so. Max forward position. Trying to hold 2 positions at once. David not really close enough to provide support. Smoke in the sky now. David on high alert. And here comes the crawl, 20 seconds. Fallen puts one into far, then the advantage taken away by a team kill. Max, a kill onto Cello. Worth its weight in gold as he's continuing to have support. Tap in heads, 9Z. Repel the invaders, nothing to celebrate. Bolt's the last to be added to the naughty list, and they will convert just the 1 casualty. And sure, it was a showstopper from VINI, but nothing more to be celebrated just yet here on Mirage.
That was going to sting a little bit for Fallen here. He's going to be lighter on in that investment. This is the shot from VINI again. Here you can see him just taking pot shots with our smoko vision, and that's a wild one there. But this is the shot in the back of Fur's head, so less than ideal. But they will get the buyout here into round number 3.
Yeah, it's a good-looking one.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Well, the question's going to be the approach here, right? We had that game before where it was just a lot of B plays from Furia, right? At least in the early throws of things when we had a bit more of the domestic matchup. Will there be similar feelings as top mid control taken by 4?
Yeah, and Fur ready, willing, and able to be the first man in. A notorious aggressive flair to this player. Always known for getting under their skin and getting behind enemy lines on the T side. So the presence has been felt. And this is a forward maneuver from our defenders. NQZ, Buddha, walking potentially straight into VINI. One and indeed done. Butter just cuts noise, tucks, and hopes he'll go uncleared. Advantage Imperial in that 60-second mark. And Buddha is going to get a lot of early info on this fakery. If there's no commitment, the CT should be able to position and greet this Imperial force.
Yeah, look at this. Buddha's just pushed now. Perfect timing on this. The rotation from DGT can be all the way back around. Max might have to stay planted, but DGT, he's going to be the third man towards this site. Up through connector, the death funnel.
Yeah, it's a tight choke. Well-placed utility, but that's a better placed bullet. Fur right between the eyes of David.
20 seconds here.
Yeah, it becomes a problem. They have to get that bomb down, and DGT got a nice gap to cause a problem. Takes two and gets away. Needs a fresh mag. Bomb on the floor, 10 seconds. Oh, what is that? A lot of damage. Doesn't find the lethality, but Buddha does. That's it. Round off. Bolts just watching the clock hit 0. And a nade with his name on it, but gets away. Oh, just in time. The FAMAS fills the feed, sent back down to 0.
That one is rough.
Goose egg.
That could happen in Bolt's last round as well, right? He was the last man standing from the pass position. They actually got the kill on through in time, but Bolt's here. He just has to sit and watch. Will anyone donate me anything? That is a miserable way to go here, and it's this, that manufactured gap of the smoke they've dropped over the top. DGT. It's on top of that ticket. It was pistol round, and now it's the gun round. They've been finding that traction. 9Z are here to play, and they should get a freebie now against the pistols.
Oh, and for Imperial, you've got team kills, you've got deaths after time. It's the wobbliest of foundations for a strong T side.
Yeah, this is not the start they were hoping for by any means, and continue to be peeled apart here. David will find that onto Fur. Vinny and Cello are already low. And look, the fact that Bolts just has to waltz around this round with only a Glock. Max loss bonus into the next, sure. The key would be the plant, but I don't see how you were able to get this bomb down. They're into the site for free, sure. They're going to get mopped up with ease. NQZ, David contributing for 2 more kills. Cello spotted at range. He'll go down as well. And now it's just poor Vinny punked towards the top of mid. We'll have to trundle forward with this Tech 9 in hand.
Yeah, so far the trend has been poor Cello tasked with this bomb plan every single round. A bit of a deviation from typical approach. And wow, Vinny's done a lot with that. How? No! Okay, NQZ. He'll at least secure the round, but some serious damage done there on the way out the door. Vinny gives the crowd something to cheer about, but it's still not a round.
Okay, well that's the most exciting one so far. A great round here from Vinny. I didn't think he'd get anything done at all, just down mid, Tech 9 in hand, and he's able to get this done. Massive work from Vinny here.
Outrageous, yeah. NQZ holds his nerve as well. If you see that flurry of frags in the feed, it's easy to get a little overwhelmed. He didn't. Gets the frag, and look at this. Talking of overwhelmed, Max has got info by the boatload. He's already screaming Palace clear, and we might see Fallen early in the feed. Gets himself back up to a level 0.
Okay, well, an opening kill, an important one. Now they can surge forward, really pressure this. Sendry will buy them a bit of time for now. Max, though, this push, you highlighted at the start of the round, he's going to continue to go looking now. The question is, will he get caught in no man's land? If he presses forward, that's exactly what will happen here.
Bolts has been tasked with clearing it.
Heard.
Very much so. M4 favored in the duel, and he finds the head. Max, a big contribution. He can slip away now, and it does maintain 9Z's advantage. Imperial gonna need more out of Fallen. Posted up now on the ramp. Vinny looks like he's going for an adventure elsewhere. Lining some magic up of his own. 45 seconds for Imperial to flip the script. Smoke's good, buys time. Forces a commitment. Just gonna have to wait this one out. We'll be really at the tail end of the round, time ticking. Who takes first contact?
I think it has to be Vinny here, right? They're going to redeploy a smoke. He might creep up through connector here, but he will have to deal with Buddha, who's just on that other side. Flash over. Vinny now on the swing forward and takes the fight, but Buddha too good.
Problems now. Fallen's been spotted out. That's the vulnerable. A great shot, but it's only Cello. He has to hurry up. Still presence on the site, or at least towards the ticket. Max, he really got 9Z burrowed into this. The plant is open for it. A quick shot. Blind now. Okay. Takes it all
camouflage there, I think.
It's the yellow shirt, the mustard brown.
Max couldn't quite believe it. Sorry, what? He was running right in front of me. Sorry, guys. I definitely didn't want that one to happen. And you can see the reaction here. He cannot believe it.
Whoops.
All right, yeah, it's okay.
It's only an extra 800 for every member of the opposing force.
Yeah, they will just be able to buy again now. My bad, guys.
Yeah, I know you were telling me to get contacts. I think you're right. Yeah, I'll have a look.
He's so close to the screen. How does he miss it? Well, the pixels all blur. Okay, yeah, he is pretty hidden there.
He is.
Fair's fair. Okay. Well, the buy back, and then a bite back. We need something from Imperial here. A 5-0 start for 9Z. This is looking more like the team that I think we all expected to kick off the day.
Certainly. And an uncompromised Imperial buy. They've had a couple of oopsies. And it could continue that way. A little chip damage dealt. Cello spotted out. And smokes and flashes exchanged early. Oh, Cello really getting the short end of the stick. Now David under a lot of scrutiny. Nades, mollies, bullets. He's surely a dead man. Yeah, tapped away. Bolts delivers an opener. Can Imperial convert? Or is Max going to stand vigilant here on the staircase? Run down now, Cello. Another big one, NQZ trying to get out of dodge and maintain that AWP, but doesn't look like he's given up just yet. Bomb going down. Cello reveals himself with a sound cue and trajectory. Okay. An easy pickup for Buddha, and that bomb still got a lot of time on it.
Cash isn't great here. Do they really want to consider this right now? DGT disconnected, NQZ very low. It's just Buddha having a look. We'll have to really unravel this, and I think that's it. It's called off, backing off, clearing out mid. Nobody's home. There isn't the lurk. The bomb halfway gone. And actually, they're surging for this.
Someone changed their mind. Trying to keep the Imperial feet planted. There's no way in. There's no way in. There's just a little burst of aggression towards the end there. VINI on DGT, another frag for him. 7 and counting for VINI. And Imperial post their first T round.
Okay, well that's the chop and change they needed there, and that was all kicked off by Bolts up towards the pass position, finding them through the boards. There's the coach, the legend himself, FNX. With the pedigree that we have in the server today, or at least the history we have in the server today. This is what we're here for, the individuals here, the likes of FNX. Fallen, we had Taco and Cole before. Those names, oh, you can throw Bolts in that mix as well. That's the reason we are here in Rio de Janeiro right now for this major.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's been a while since we saw them truly thrive in the server. The impact they had on an entire nation. And Max making impact into round 7.
Max has been pretty jarring, right? The Palace push has been in some annoying positions here, so continuing to get away with those hijinks. Cello goes down, and his addition to this Imperial team, I think, changed a lot of people's view on the squad. Okay, yeah, this isn't just a team to sell jerseys. They're here to actually try and contest. Cello brings a lot of firepower to this squad that was missing. Max now starting to burrow down. He has David overseeing business, but a bit of a gamble here from 9Z. I think they're expecting a B play. That's not to be the case.
Fallen's the one to give the go sign. David blind as a bat. Bullets tagging up Max. Unconfirmed damage. I think they know he's there. They're hearing it. Yeah, first stubborn as he will post the frag. 4-on-4 into the site. David loves this smoke. Will he get away with it again, though? Back is turned and the body is dropped. Can he get away? Fallen for the trade. It's good. CT smoke. Viable. Good chip damage from the HE, though. Working at 58. DGT. And another stunning shot out of Fallen's AK. He'd love to plant. The health will mean he's susceptible to smoke spam. And NQC was ready for VINI. Up close with the AWP. And despite the low HP, Fallen will get away unscathed. A 2-on-2. Bolts and Fallen. If Fallen finds one, he's done more than you could ask and expect. Does meet the AWP, up to Bolts, reload, and that would enable a bit of a gap to close. NQZ puts him down, and you can see that feels good. That feels really good. They silence the crowd. They post a 6th.
Nice shot here from Fallen. Good awareness though from NQZ to find that kill in the flurry and continues to light up the scoreboard in this retake, right? That's a very losable round. You can see the young gun, young lad indeed, getting fired up here. And the team, they love that one, so.
It's gotta feel good. Gotta feel good for them, especially considering, you know, it was a rough start. Game of Legion made them look a bit foolish at times. 16-6 in their opening. And then QZ, he's keeping it going. The vibes, as the veins are popping in his forehead, he's popping off in the server. An opening after the close of the previous. David under scrutiny, needs help, and it's arriving in the form of Max. Oh, gone now, David trying to hold on to the site, but it's all too little, too late. NQZ, can you really do more? They need a smoke, they don't have any. So he should be set up, and DGT pulls one out of the hat.
Oh, he missed the deploy. Went for the redeploy in the same smoke here.
Oh yeah, VINI's already chipped him down to half. Gets himself away, at least maintaining the numbers. Bomb is yet to be planted.
Buddha's rotating around the world here. He's going to be here in time. Don't worry about time. NQZ onto VINI. Fur in a 1-on-3.
Yeah, and that flank surely seals his death warrant. It's just a matter of time. Fur considers it. He's got all the options in front of him. 3 different angles, does take the fight. Buddha shows himself. Doesn't get the clean close. Fur stone-faced. 3 to find. And not a lot of time. 30 bullets. And DGT fakes out. He doesn't get his gun out in time.
Okay.
9Z, okay, so up to 7. This is a strong CT haul.
Crowd doesn't like that very much. But 9Z definitely got some representation here. NQZ and Zach, Brazilian representation. But that written situation right there, Fur identified where all 3 players were, right? New one was coming ramp behind, new one was Ticket, and then when he picked up the bomb, that AWP shot coming his way, but great stuff from NQZ. This is it, the shot comes through on that little hop. Okay, I know where all 3 are, tries to get that bomb down with the fake. DGT steps out. But this smoke has been a nuisance. We have to highlight it. Consistently thrown over towards that Ticket position. Now you're sitting there going, okay, sure. But that smoke allows them to get on top of Ticket, take a one-way. That one-way is not only to ramp, it's towards Palace. They use the gap towards Sandwich. They could even use it to try and push in the right-hand side and get deeper in towards the site. If Imperial keep going towards A and that smoke is up, they don't have an answer to deal with it right now. So what is the option? Do we have to change the game plan completely? Do we need to do more mid plays? Do we need to try more splits? Do we need to see if we can try and function over towards B? Because right now, that one smoke is causing so much grief.
Yeah, we haven't seen much action from Imperial towards B. Seems like a very clear preference into the first letter of the alphabet.
They've got something to work with here, but it's not an awful lot. They need to wait out a lot of this utility, but look at all the smokes that are being held on to. Again, Max finding Fur, just a nuisance. Weaseling around the map here, finding that traction.
Gotta check his openings. He's certainly been contributing.
And look at this, a rear grass. They're staying active. David and NQZ now will push down the ramp. Sure, they give up the Palace position. Again, 9Z stack B. They're really expecting Imperial to chop and change, and NQZ just will pluck Fall, and that's gonna feel good for the young gun. 3rd youngest in the tournament.
The hard work's done.
Yeah. Ready for everything at the moment. There was just the 2 of them, and okay, that one could have been his. Cello grabbed something, but maybe that's all he'll grab.
Yeah, confirmed now by David. It's his turn in the sunshine. And Bolts just run down for their 8th. Everyone taking in their fair share here from 9Z. In fact, wow, yeah, very even kill distribution. No real alarming absences.
This is the problem though, right? The fact that they've been hedging with these B stacks, with either mid or early round or even late round in certain scenarios, and then they haven't gone B, well, you may as well keep doing it because you're still winning with the players you have on A or in the retake scenario. So it's like, they're going to come eventually, guys.
Yeah.
They have to give it a try.
And well, Chad, you do seem to stroke your prophetic beard. It might very well be time.
And again, it's another broken buy, right? They just can't seem to get all the dukes in the right places here. A couple of rifles, a couple of pistols.
Cello equipped with the T-side equivalent of a fixed gear bicycle.
Oh man, that sucks. The C's out of the T-side. No, thank you.
Come on, mate.
Who are he kidding?
No, it feels better.
Sure.
Yeah.
That kill reward doesn't.
No. nor the full capacity of 24 bullets. They're coming for your bolts. Just first, and there's the trade. Max does deliver on his promise to find it, and that was one of the 2 rifles available to Imperial. VINI, eyes on him, maneuvering back to fill the void of that ramp take. And they are just gonna slink through. NQZ may not be expecting something like this through the smoke, and yeah, oh, gets it now. That CZ running down 9C. NQZ popping off, plucks 2. The third slips through. And now with VINI and Fur putting their minds together and all recovered, things could get a little interesting. A bomb plant, uncontested. Late on CT is DGT, but still plucks Fur from the plant. Bomb now ticking for VINI. A manageable 1 versus 2, and the first fight comes his way. Buddha put to rest. DGT does the rest. And there's 9. Close, but no cigar.
Okay, getting close down. I like some of the decision-making from 9Z in a round like that, like the re-aggress into the pounce position, the fact that NQZ transitions as soon as they get that kill on Bolt. He makes his way deeper in towards the site, right, so he's not stuck towards a ticket, a predictable position. Find some traction here. So, look, 9Z are looking solid. But Imperial, where are the full buys? Finally, we're about to see one that resembles exactly that. Fallen's AWP out, the AKs are plenty. 9-1 scoreline, not end of the world. Imperial can do the exact same thing on the CT half, but they need a couple of rounds to work with, right? 14-1, no thank you. I think, you know, 4's okay. 5, that'd be nice. 6 would be a dream, I think, at this point. Saw the toes.
He's just got to give it up. He knows that smoke is fading. Fallen was posted, had no idea he was there. This is where you really make your statement. 9 is great. But up against the full guns of Imperial now, if you can find those double digits, find a clean round, you've got a whole lot more to cheer for. A best of 1, I remind you. The 0-1 match. One of these teams going to be facing that brutality of best of 3s for survival. Coming into day 2.
I don't think they're trying to split B here. There's nobody in B apartments. It has to be an A play. So Vinny's scooped up the bomb. Cello's left that behind. Vinny's actually ducking back through the underpass. This is dangerous. Look at the line that's being held here. It's quite deep, so NQZ might get some information for free here on the slither. Yeah, so he's seen at least 1 body, but they're making their way back. So he saw that transition back. Buddha and Max, they're currently just floating in window, so it will be a retake A setup. As far as util goes for this, they're going to have an incendiary, a smoke, and a flash. And I say that, Imperial aren't in yet.
And that smoke you mentioned will be absent. It's already been dropped by David, so they've got nothing left.
It's the same smoke, though.
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about. It's just a little premature. It's just faded as they arrive here on the site. Max, big clear. Bad for him. Cello does the necessary dirty work. They are in. Smoke's up, bomb down. Life is good. Denied in 5 seconds. They haven't got the time. Fallen scrambling to punch in the digits, and another denial. Buddha, he's pulled it home. DGT will happily collect a 10th, dies, but still. 2 heavy blows from Buddha. How is that such an apparent gap?
Yeah, this is the thing. It was so late onto the site. It was 30 seconds as they got back towards the Tetris. Well, it was even that A ramp position, and then they flurry onto the site. Sure, I think the initial plant was going down at 10 seconds. It's just not enough time. They don't have enough real estate. You see this little fight going on here. Is that... Yeah, look, Cello went towards window. Cello was the one whose job was meant to cover off connector. He came through connector. They gave up that key piece of real estate, and it cost them. It cost them in a massive way. 10-1 now, and look at them getting fired up.
God, there is a lot of testosterone and euphoria on one side of the stage. 10-1, 9Z. Beaten up in their first bout, now up against the crowd favorite. NQZ of Brazil as well. One of the youngest guns at the major, feeling very good here in round 12, 10 to the good.
Where's Fallen and where's Fur? 3 kills apiece for these two. I know Fallen did have a bit of a TK going on here, but these are the 2 that you want to turn towards in these pressure environments. And Max again, up to his usual tricks. Hello, welcome to my palace, he says. Strolls into Bolt, who will find that opening. Something to work with now for Imperial. They have to convert a round like this.
Completely untraded opening kill with 5 healthy members on the attack. If ever Imperial were going to start closing this gap on the T side, it would be now.
What's the move though? 9Z have continued to make these good heads-up decisions here. Once more, this retake set up over towards A. David doesn't have that smoke to deploy at his feet here to get cheeky with it. And they're actually going to gamble quite heavily here, almost relinquishing complete control of this A site. David will head over towards window. That's to help out NQZ in his position. So they're giving up A. Is there enough smokes to block these choke points? Looks like it. We've got 3 in total for Imperial here. They can do a full execute. The up-down, one deployed towards window here. So now limiting their options on towards this A finish. NQZ, if he doesn't get smoked off, he might have a field day.
Flub smoke, unless it's delivered on the... Yeah, it does connect the dots on the stairs. Forces you to be exposed into that panic duel. David's here, and he's got through. Cello plucked from the pack, and David slinks away. No, they can't deny the plant again. This time, a successful one. Imperial extend play, slip to CT, and currently uncontested or unoccupied. DGT arriving late to CT. Butter with a hard clear. They want to make sure no funny business here, and they can focus all attention onto this retake. A 4-on-4.
There's no kit here. Do they really want to give this a go?
Oh, I'm not so sure. They certainly think so. Fallen, a great shot into the head of David. Another from Fur. And they have to pull the plug on it. Maintain what you can. And you asked where they were. Well, here for their second, it's Fur and Fallen.
And this is the ramifications of the previous 2 rounds. The fact that, well, everybody went down in the previous, and before that only 1 stayed alive. So the CTs with all those reinvestments didn't click immediately, didn't feel like they were really under the pump with the scoreline being 10-1, now 10-2, but you can see those ramifications now. Money's in the bin. The open runway here for Imperial now to make a half out of this is available. The opportunity for 10-5 is still alive. They just have to get past this AWP and saved M4. The rest will be upgraded pistols. It's never too little too late for Imperial. At any point they can surge back into this game.
Yeah, they can certainly work with anything above 2. And this one set out for them to collect. As you highlighted, it's just that AWP on NQZ. Back turn, safe from Fur.
This is early.
And he's found VINI actually towards the ramp side. If he can reposition, he may be able to give Max a little bit of a helping hand. Fallen posted in Palace.
NQZ won't expect this. There's no way he'll expect Fur already on that angle.
Oh, more damage. David threatening. Fallen falls. Down to 24.
Oh, the flick, not far off. Good attempt there from NQZ. As I mentioned, Fur was there so quick. David picks up the AWP. He's done something now. In the fire, in the fight. The Deagle won't land, but the low HP's there.
They are in trouble. Bolts and Fallen. Iconic names, but very low HP in game. Should be no way in unless Fallen's got any magic left. Yeah, perfectly timed on his descent. Max will strike, and now only Bolt makes it clear and apparent where he's coming from. They'll just peek in unison. And another added to the tally. 9Z up to 11.
I said it was the open runway for Imperial, right? They've been grinding away with those close rounds to put 9Z in exactly that situation. Look, they're still there, right? Imperial can still buy, they can still keep the pressure on in that environment, and they have to with where the scoreline is at now. But that is an opportunity that has gone missing, right? That was a real chance for them to have a acceptable, let's call it that, scoreline here. They can still grab this 4, 11-4, Zonic's Law on the door.
Z want more. NQZ puts Fur straight back where he came from. Forced to watch as round 14 transpires, and it may be over quickly as more and more bodies jostling with David. VINI burnt down and more to come. It's Max v Bolts. He's kind of trapped. Oh, good ding through the boards and finished off nicely, but on the mantle, he meets the AWP. Couldn't get himself out of dodge, and so it does really come down to Cello. An unappealing 1 versus 4.
Yeah, look, this is... Well, it doesn't take any rocket appliances to tell you this one here is going to be a very difficult round. A minute on the clock. The bomb on his back. He only has a flash to work with, which means he has to get it done with bullets alone, and he might be spotted on one of these jumps here. The tap, yep, well, they know where he is now, and everybody starts coming his way, but don't worry, NQZ. He's got this one handled on his lonesome right there. 12-2. Money, sure, Imperial can get something. Some AKs, some Galils, maybe some MAC-10s, but maybe try something just a fast B. Do the pillar smokes, do the market smokes, go fast B, see if you can catch them off. There really just hasn't been a whole lot of diversity in their play here from Imperial.
Yeah, third could go a long way. And as 9Z look for 13, Imperial just look to end on a slight high. Will it be high pace though?
It is going to be B, right? They're all congregating there now with the limited util they have.
Clear intention, smokes are thrown, good counter util as well, that might do damage, and yeah, DGT draws first blood. Cello's feet do not touch the ground before his life is lost. Posturing now, it may have taken the wind from their sails. Fur caught out, Max rat around those smokes. And what the dregs of Imperial, one by one, they fall, succumb to David's M4, 2 out of him, 2 back from Gabriel Toledo. And it would have to be fast and furious from Fallen, not to be. It's 13. Unlucky for some, maybe Imperial.
Beautiful stuff here from 9Z. What an absolute performance has been on their CT half. Can they close this one out quick as you like? We'll be right back.
Joined by none other than the professor himself. Fallen has kindly taken time out of his busy schedule of signing everything he possibly can here in Cologne. The demands just were flowing in. We finally got separated him from his roaring, adoring fans to watch some of your own Counter-Strike, which I assume you do every night, right?
Well,
you watch your highlights and...
Sometimes I do watch the old highlights from CS 1.6 just to get the vibe
Get
going,
the juices?
you know?
Get
Yeah,
the
I
juices
actually did
flowing?
that a couple weeks ago.
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
I bet that feels good. Well, we're going CSGO for this,
Okay.
so we're not rolling it all the way back, but let's run the clip and see what you think.
Get close enough, Rain. Considering upper has Alu go look low. Hits the diffuser, Fallen gets back. That is incredible.
Is this just that super quick jump shot? Ooh, I remember this one. Oh.
I knew exactly what I had to do there, and I knew exactly what they had to do too for me to win, and I knew that they had to miss a shot. So I just went for this movement because, again, it was not only about hitting my shot, but also making them miss their shot. And when it happened, I was like, all right, baby, I'm taking it. You know, like when he missed the shot close to me, I was like, okay, I have it. Top 2 for now.
Top 2 for now, yeah.
Yeah.
We can move it.
Top 2 for now. Oh, that one is special. Starts killing
Start by killing your teammate, miss a shot.
Then I knew Guardian was waiting for me there, and he hit my arm.
He did. So what? So you're 10 HP, 1v3.
The 17 seconds up, and then all this magic happened, and you casted it insanely well.
Why didn't you cast around?
Okay, tags up. 1. He's gonna get... Oh! I'm starting to believe as well, Henry, because he's gone and taken Flaming. Oh! Fallen! Stop blowing my mind!
That's where the stop blowing my mind came from.
Yeah, that's right.
Following me through the years.
Well, I didn't think, I was joking, right? I was making like, and then you hit that one. I was just like, oh, he might do something. Oh my God, he's done something.
Yeah, that shot was pretty special. And at this moment, I thought I lost.
I thought you lost.
Yeah, me too at first. But then right after I heard his steps, and I was like, okay, maybe I won. And that last shot when I had to flick, I knew that if I commit for a full pick and gave the guy like milliseconds to shoot me back, then I would lose. So I instantly just gamble.
Yeah,
This
but
sounds so hard.
From the no scope to the wrist breaker, I
Yeah.
mean, that is That's a play.
I think that's the best one, honestly.
Honestly, man.
Yeah, this is top 1 for now. Let's see if someone can beat up this. Stop blaming my mind, but this is top 1.
Yeah, well, the Professor has been taken to school over the first half of our best of 1. 9Z up against Imperial, and they're feeling themselves, Chad.
It's looking good for 9Z. This is the team we expected to get when we started the day. Look, it didn't go too hot for them out the gates, but this is looking much better and up against the crowd this time. They were the favorites earlier in the day. And being, well, a lead of 13-2, Alex, should we give them the cliche? This is an important pistol round?
Yeah, you know what? I think there's a whole lot riding on what these CTs can do with these USPs. Some dual Berettas thrown in for some flair and some flavor from Fallen. It's Fallen who can and does draw first blood. 2 with the pistols akimbo. Splits them down the middle. 3 on the top. 4 out of Fallen. Making magic when they need it most. Mayhem on the dual Berettas.
Add that one to the highlight reel. Might have a new contender.
We might have to review that one again. Let him have it. I'm sure he said it. VINI on the flank as well. Fallen ready to start the hunt. Max trying to play spoiler for the ace in the home crowd of Rio de Janeiro. And there it is! Fallen all 5 on the must-win pistol. And the crowd loves it.
That's one way to get them on the feet right there, and one way to kick off this CT campaign. Look at this, 30 bullets just unleashed on 9Z. Sure, you're looking hot to trot, but sit down for now.
This is a lovely final DGT, that mid-range, hard to track, and finishes it with all 5. He's feeling himself, and you can see, stone-faced, he's not here to overly celebrate. There's a marathon ahead of them.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a captain's performance right there. It's a big round, but he's not standing up. He's not embracing the crowd. He knows that the job needs to be done. In that first half, he was relatively absent here. That ace has enabled the AWP to come out early, and if he just starts finding some form here, it can start getting them back into action. Because remember, Fur and Fallen, both of them were extremely quiet within that first half. These are the 2 pillars for the team. Right? And if they can start leading by example here, you can see them start to mount that comeback. Now, Fur investigating T-spawn, and we'll clean up DGT. Now, this is the full eco, so this is... Oh. Should be the easy type of kills to find. He will just get 1, but this is classic Fur. They used to love throwing him into the wind, into the wolves like that, and I remember talking to Fallen about this, like, yeah, look, if Fur goes aggressive and he kills 3, that's great. If he goes aggressive and he doesn't get a whole lot done, at least we get the information and we know how to operate around that. But they know they're up against full Glocks. Cello. Hello. Okay, they got a little bit worrisome there for a moment. Bolts here, aggressive, up in towards the B apartment. Should be good for a few, and there it is. The MP9 grabs him. 2 quick kills. It is just Max towards the top of mid. And he should be cellos here any moment. Just tap, tap, tap it in. Consecutive rounds right now. So that's the first time we've been able to say that in the favor of Imperial throughout this map. It has been quite a blowout. Oh. Why did we have to do poor David like that?
Why are we doing him like that?
Poor David.
He's on Glock, and he's slipped his feet off the corner.
It was intentional. He was baiting the sound cue. There we go. See, look, we've pushed that one to one side. But the guns are out now. Imperial, how much you got left in the tank here? Gonna have to deal with a whole lot of these.
I mean, yeah, we said marathon. This has to be perfect from the CTs now. And Max looking with intent into Cello's spray, gets nothing done for it, and his team just abandoned ship. Nope, not interested. They'll park David to punish any aggressors looking for early info off the back of that early frag.
You'd think with all this going on, the scorelines were flipped, mate. Well, the score's 13-4, lads. What's it going to be like if it's 13-13?
I think they're just excited they all know the same song.
Party on a Monday night. They do things differently here in Rio, apparently. Oh, this is sitting pretty now, and speaking of sitting, 9Z haven't moved an awful lot.
Oh, yeah, hot under the toes and executed as well. David, mechanically sound. Even not far off on the spray, forces a Cello reposition.
And a Fur rotate.
Okay.
By being quite stubborn over towards B Apartments, they have not only found a kill, but forced a massive gap. Now, will they be able to exploit that? Probably not. With 40-ish seconds left on the clock, going through middle now, there's too many unknowns, but going back for a bit of an A split, that is possible. 2 smokes, they could do up, downstairs, and to cotton off between jungle and connector. A CT smoke possible. Like, there's a plethora of options here, but they're going to deal with VINI first. His aggressive stance versus NQZ should catch him off guard.
Yeah, how diligent will he be?
Exactly.
Not ready. Lackadaisical around the corner, fallen post again. On that early AWP, held onto it. Does the damage necessary. DGT and Butter at least recover the bomb as that smoke fades.
Will just be the save call here, understandably so. Still have a long game ahead. Well, they don't have a long game ahead of them, but they know they just need 3 rounds. So hold on to you goodies, give it another crack. We may as well give everybody else a bit of a history lesson at home. So not only are we talking about the multi-major winners of Fallen and Fur on one side of the server, we have to remember Zach, the coach of 9Z, was with Immortals back versus Gambit at PGL Krakow 2017 in the grand final, where they did fall short, but guess what? Bolts was on his team back then. So now on the opposite side of the server here.
Good catch. Bolts and Zach, yeah, they have certainly seen some of the dizzying heights that Counter-Strike has to offer.
What a roster that was as well. Henny, KNG, those 2 double AWPing was mental. Then you had Steel, Lucas, and Bolts, and they made it to a major grand final. I know that doesn't sound real, but I promise you it was.
2017. 5 years on, 5 rounds under their belt. Imperial up against just those saved AKs. Want to try and close this gap. They know they've got a lot of work ahead of them. 9Z using Max's aggression, spots of it all over, both on that CT side, but here on the T, he can go for those solo missions.
At least he gets info on what the setup looks like towards A, or at least a little bit of info. It's really allowing these AKs to search for kills here. So it's important Max didn't go down. I know that seems like, yeah, okay, maybe he's the can opener, sure, but you want to keep the numbers up because just the idea that there's still 5 alive is scary. They get this connector space. Cello, yeah. He's getting a glance.
It could be a lethal one as well. Does catch Buddha. Well-placed nade to finish off the frags. 2 out of Fur. Spinning around. DGT might have a well-placed nade here. Strafes as well.
Oh.
Shy. Cello, 8 HP to boast. And the whole squad are coming for him, gunning for him. Flames obscure view, but not for Cello. Eyes like a hawk as he does find that 2nd frag and that 6th round.
Okay, so some names now starting to come online with some impact here. So Fallen on the pistol, yeah, we can leave that one there. But Fur, definitely with the multi-kill, the same could be said for Cello now, so coming alive.
I mean, it's a necessity. This is such a big game for them as well. You have to remember what's at stake for the human beings on Imperial.
It's already the 0-1 column as well.
Yeah.
Day 1, this is very brutal as far as this best of 1 goes.
And in terms of worst case scenarios, you woke up this morning, the worst case was having a relatively unconvincing first day in the office. Fallen does take David down with a hyper-aggressive maneuver.
It felt like he overstayed the welcome. You could see on the radar top left that smoke was deployed at one-way available for Fallen to sit there, but the fact that he still pulls off that kill, I know it's an unorthodox position, still a nice find.
Bolt safe, gap to hold.
Don't have any util left here at all, poor 9Z. A flash and a molly. Both teams with some mismanagement of the finances. Might be a conversation point for the desk here. It's a bit of hodgepodge buys, not always having all the guns required, saving certain situations where maybe they should have given it a crack, but regardless, Imperial with this man advantage looking to convert it. Again down in towards Cello and Fur's crossfire domain.
VINI forward position with that man advantage and extends it. Fur 2, 1 back, a weapon upgrade for Buddha. Cello down. What a snap out of Max. And with a missed shot from Fallen, there is a slight glimmer of hope.
There's no
Not
gap
a lot
here,
of
boys.
time, and he is posted. A nice swing, but Fallen with a quick flick and trying to fill the gap. Was put up past tense, courtesy of Fallen.
I know we saw in the previous game, Automatic hit a banger of a shot, but that's such a gauntlet to run. Hey, shall we go from window room to market against an orb? Yeah, let's give it a go, shall we?
Yeah, it doesn't work out so well for these boys. Now 9Z put back to spawn convincingly, and Fallen started this off with a cracker as well.
It's almost like a trust fall. Go. Let's hope he's not looking.
Oh, he is.
And we're dead. All right, well, had to give something a go there, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, the odds were against him. Jello whipping out a secondary AWP here and fires off his shot. Doesn't seem to phase them. In fact, bouncing, bounding, charging, and trading. But it does take the secondary AWP down. Bolts smoked off now. NQZ got a little bit of room to maneuver.
Can't find it.
Where's it gone?
I don't know. Did it get blown away? No, there it is.
DGT will steal that. Yoink.
But throw that to NQZ. He's the AWP, mate.
You'd think so. He's probably begging him, staring at him. Give me that. He's unwilling to do so. Instead, NQZ's just going to have to burrow down on the Tech-9. This is going to be a big ask from DGT if they want to actually find a conversion here. Bomb plant's great, some frags would be nice, but to actually post a round on this,
halfway gone.
you'd need a bit of an oopsie. Big damage, DGT low, Max the same. Problems now, still a frag out of NQZ. He's playing for the time, as he should. He just has to deny the plant. A nade and a spray could do it. He's not gone down to Bolts, he still wins the duel, just needs to kill VINI!
Oh dear, that was close. That was real close.
Woo-wee. Awful lot, and the crowd celebrating because they know what that means. With Imperial 8, a lot of cash as well in the bank. And let's see just how close that was. I'm sure it'll be part of the package.
Look at the repeats. This guy is mental. The third, and it's the no-scope onto David to get something out of the round. The AWP drops. It doesn't really become too much of a key, but you can see it there. It was so close on the margins of that defuse. That would have been a heartbreaker to lose to just the Tech-9s, but they hold on.
More required. Cello, aggressive. David Dinks does finish. Imperial are the ones now at the disadvantage early.
Interesting choice there to take this chop and change, right? They've been sitting pretty with the setup, so trying to dictate some of this CT aggression now, but we'll have to find a maneuver within the mid-rounds. 9-0 in control of round 22 with that opening pick coming in their favor. Fallen is trained towards middle during all of this, but there are some gaps that Imperial cannot acknowledge. They just don't have the manpower to do so. And as this rotation coming back over towards A, utility by the bucket loads to set up for a very potent A execute here. VINI left on a bit of an island. Fallen's contributions will be few and far between.
Unless VINI, caught on the quick switch, and it's a disaster for the defense. Just like that. It falls apart, no one left on the A side. Bolt will confirm, still CT's present, or rather Buddha, do excuse me. But yeah, Bolt and Fur, wrong part of the map, and nothing to report.
Dear, you're going to take that fight, you need to make sure you're converting that. Sure, there's some extra cash for the likes of VINI here going forward, but with the close-ish variety of the last few rounds, Imperial have been put on notice. And I'm talking about this perfectly orchestrated, dry-run potential execute onto the side to avoid the AWP. Nah, it's flash and take two fights. So sometimes the keep it simple, stupid method is the absolute best, because look, it's caught Imperial off guard. If they announce their presence with that execute, they potentially maneuver around those key pieces of utility and find a couple of key frags.
Yeah, you got to expect the unexpected against 9Z. And they do catch the CT slipping. Big round to post. As we highlighted, a 13-2 half. Yeah, some serious magic from Imperial into the second half. As you highlighted as well, just posting their first few consecutive rounds. And it has been a lovely slew, but that has broken. 9Z proved to themselves they can post rounds here in the second half on the attack. Crowd, though, still optimistic. It does have to pretty much return to regular scheduled Imperial programming if they want a hope of OT, if not a regulation close. It has to be perfect. Max across.
Did it again, aggression again here, Alex.
Yeah, it didn't work out for Cello. Further, a bit notorious in the aggressive
He's not
category.
clearing this. He's not clearing
Why
this.
would he? It's so early. Max just tucks in. It's almost a perfect counter.
Oh, maybe he is.
He is. Fur spots him and books him. Max going to be punching his monitor after that one. He thought he had it.
Risky business from Fur, especially how the last round unfolded for poor Cello. So not backing down now, will get himself up to the double digits. And if anyone's going to come alive late and make the difference, it will be that of Fur. But 9Z, they're not out of this round just yet. Plenty of utility, same conversation as the last. And if they regroup, it'll be the same situation as the last. DGT still posted aggressively over towards the Palace position. He will have to joust with VINI on the balcony, fallen towards the ticket position. And they're coming back now, still plenty of time on the clock.
Yeah, well, no joust, but here comes the cavalry, all three. Might be a similar contact maneuver. You can see there's just no announcement. You can see Buddha's got something of a flashbang. And here comes the go. Fallen blind and executed. NQZ pulls us right back into a 4-on-4, make it 3. VINI does nothing with his forward position. It might have to be Fur. After all is said and done, he has got a gap to work with. A flash, though, forces him into the smoke, and on the return, he's got 2. Staring at him, Buddha responsible to guard the plant. Gap found, bodies dropping big from N9Z. NQZ will just about arrive when required for that final frag. 15-8. They've got a whole lot of opportunities, Chad. 7 in order to just reset, go 1-1, and focus on tomorrow. Imperial, favorites in Rio, released from those attending.
Do you know what matchup? Look, I haven't checked. But 0-0 Nation lost to Furia.
Oh, Chad.
And Imperial were about to lose to 9Z.
In terms of 0-2 head-to-heads, we could have the crazy reunion in Brazil.
Yeah, the death match, quite literally.
Oh my lord. Well, we'll crunch some numbers and whip out the abacus. We've got Counter-Strike to cast. It's quick as well, it's dirty. Fur catching nades, catching bullets. DGT puts him down. Fallen keeps hopes alive with the AWP. Bolts deals with the B-lurk. It's an A commitment, and it's early. David advancing forward. Fallen the same. He wants blood. He wants a full buy for the boys. He wants to use that zoom banger as best he can. Hunting down, can't find the swing. VINI for the punish, it's damage. Down to 26, and Fallen, what a slap onto DGT, just on the jump across. He's doing everything he can to extend play for Imperial. Brazilians with 3. And now running down NQZ, that'll do nicely. Quad kill for the Professor. And he says go again.
What's he up to now? 21 leading the server. He came into this second half with only 6 kills. Pistol round with an ace. Leading by example right here, right now in front of his home crowd.
That's a shot. That is a shot. He just keeps racking them up. Here comes number 4 on the way out the door. Whew. Okay, yeah, he's on one. Still stone-faced. He knows what he's got to do. He needs another 6 in consecutive fashion. 9Z have shown some resilience and in the face of adversity. And that looks like VINI's chance squandered. Already into the site. Look at this. Smokes are up.
Retake.
Retake it has to be. They elope. They concede and allow the plant. Great damage onto Buddha. Still the plant. VINI tries to contest. No damage. Oh, I lied. David gone down. And Buddha low. Imperial imposing presence now and perfect frame. Max with a 180 headshot, but still, it's blue on brown. Imperial, 2 men to the good, the bomb in the open, and hopes waning for round 25. 9Z in trouble. Fallen. Oh, he just peeked into NQZ as he averts his gaze, lives to tell the tale at least.
Seems a bit early to be calling the save here. They might as well give this one a crack. Round's not over just yet. Still plenty of rounds to play with here if they want to continue this campaign. So to have a look in, you couldn't fault them for it, but the save, I could make that same argument. That key kill right there was VINI onto the planter because the smoke started to evaporate. At that point, it's anybody's game. The CTs with those clear sight lines of the Ts, just absolutely nothing to work with here. It looks like it will be that save confirmed with about 20 seconds remaining on the clock, and nobody wants to move a muscle. Both sides happy to allow this one to fall by the wayside here, so we'll call it double digits for Imperial. And every round's a full buy from here on out.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, if you're 9s in, you continue to chip away. A couple rounds where you get 2 or 3 kills. You know, one where you get 4, just keep punching them down. Keep that cash low, keep them right where you want them. Eventually you can break them. But when we talk about experience here, it's on one side of the server compared to the other. Imperial have it in buckets and spades, and this was it from VINI. Doesn't realize how important it is at the time of that frag, but it means absolutely everything.
And that was a combination of everyone's reaction to that fast commitment as well. The Flames forced that plant on the other side, connector side of default. VINI with a well-placed crosshair into the smoke, and we are once again 9Z's next attempt.
They know the double orbs are up, so would you try and punish Cello over towards B? He's starting in middle here. It is just bolts over towards the B bomb site, and with a big bucket of damage, Buddha put down to 34. No armor for him, unfortunately, so he takes the brunt of that. And no rush here for 9Z. They have these preserved weapons to try and find something with, and hoping that an overstep of the mark, a little bit too much aggression from Imperial here, will net them that opening kill. You can see that passive line from, well, Cello and NQZ, sorry, respectively. Interesting mid setup. Fallen in connector, AWPing underpass, Cello AWPing top mid, so allowing both big greens to hold those long sight lines. But here comes the crawl. The bomb on the back of David is actually first up through the underpass. Risky.
Certainly unusual. Unpunished.
If it's a split and Fallen's close ramp, and they don't hit this first shot on DGT, and they get pinned in this position for long enough, it could get awkward.
Yeah, and NQZ might hold Fur at bay. Fallen advancing. If he can find this frag, DGT, the only one on there, the shadow betrays him. Fallen hits it, and Imperial, 3 in quick succession. 9Z sent back to spawn. One more frag will do it. It's VINI's turn for the triple. And what was 7 opportunities starting to become few. 4 remain.
Only second timeout called from 9Z, and look, they've still got 2 more to burn through for the rest of this half. So a lot of chances here to take your breath, allow Zach. This is a very, very happy chappy, right? He'll be keeping the mood high. He understands what's needed to be done over the next 4 rounds. Keep it calm. We have a couple more cracks at this. Look, a lot of talking from Zach here. Look, he's got a lot to say in this environment right now.
I mean, he can make all the difference, right? These are, as you said, and as we will continue to remind you, this is a new environment for 9Z. Especially considering just how much it feels like the crowd is against them. That's a very unfamiliar scenario. Some people can get swallowed whole by that atmosphere, by that feeling.
Let's just put it this way, Alex. It is the first major ever for NQZ and Buddha, and it's only the second major ever for the other 3 of DGT,
right.
Max, and David. So they don't have a lot of experience at this level. Oh, that's a big miss.
That is indeed a problem. And Max, considering the extinguish, he just wants to go punish while the rotates are in motion, and Cello trying to be the difference maker, swings forward, gets away with murder as Buddha's gone, gap spotted, can't hit the flick onto Max. Bomb to be planted this time, David gets away with it. And Imperial demanded with 3 players alive to get back in and defuse that bomb. Off the back of the timeout, Zach steadies their hand. And he needs steady hands for the close as well, because Fur is coming. A belt of utility, well-placed HE. Flames and Dinks can follow. Beautiful from Fur. David has to watch now, biting through his nails. Time, light on. Bolt's fragging as well. Imperial, they need the defuse. Time is ticking, need the frag. DGT, and that'll do. Imperial condemned to the 0-2 at the end of day 1 against the crowd. They find themselves 1-1.
Look at the faces, look at the smiles. Look at 9Z getting it done here. What a fantastic first half in the close. They're loving this one.
That's got to be a feeling only a handful of players know. And quite the contrast. You can see it's jovial for Imperial, but up against